everybody. Thank you so much for joining me for the brilliant Marketing with Mary show. I am Mary. They call me Mobile Mary. And I'm super excited about today's show as I have a very dear and patient friend on and an amazing guest on my show today. But one of those times where your software, everything goes crazy. Well, today's the day. But what's awesome is we're going to be talking about how to create profitable business relationships. And that's what I have with Lana. So she is amazing. I can't wait to share all about her. But before I get into this wonderful topic, and seriously, who doesn't need profitable business relationships? Because really it's all about human connection. With all the AI, and I'm a big fan, with all the AI and the chat bots and everything that's going on, people really need human connection. People love relationships. I mean, in my business, for 35 years, I've only received referrals. I have never done an official ad campaign. Everything is based on doing great work for great people who refer me to their great friends. So I know that today's show is going to blow you out of the water as Lana gives us some amazing tips to help you strengthen your business relationships, how to create relationships, how to understand people so they feel even more loved and more heard and more seen in the relationship that you have with them. I'm just so excited about it. So, but I wanted to tell you a little bit about her, but you know what? She has such an amazing background. I'm really going to let her tell her story a little bit more than I could probably tell. But this is amazing because she does have a degree in psychology, but she was actually in the corporate world for 25 years. And she finally said enough is enough. So without further ado, let me just bring Lana up because she is so adorable and I want you to meet her right away. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Lana DeRieux. Did I say that correctly?
DeRieux. DeRieux or DeRieux, however you want.
If I was more exotic, I could say it better. Yeah. Oh my goodness sakes, girl. We've been having some fun off camera, and so now we're gonna bring the good stuff. So literally, let me bring up your name here so everybody can see how amazing you are. So Lana is an emotion and body code practitioner. So before we talk about your history a little bit, let's talk about what you do now. What is an emotion and body code practitioner?
Well, I help people that either could be stuck in their business or they just have emotions that they haven't dealt with. Because what people don't realize is when you have trapped emotions inside, it can make you sick. So
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
oh,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize that. I'm trying to
Oh, yeah.
find a book because I was told that we're supposed to have our microphone in camera. So I'm trying to put my cute little microphone. By the way, if you guys do podcasts or you do live streams or whatever, this is and our producer always tells us make sure you show your products. This is a USB microphone that makes you sound really sexy if you use it like this. But other than that, it just gives you great sound, and it's like $14.99 on Amazon. So I'll put the link in there. Joey will be proud of me.
That's the one I wanted, but I couldn't get a hold of you. So this is the one I got.
Well, that sounds great. And this might look so it looks like this, but it has the spit guard, so you don't
Oh,
do the pop peas. Anyways, there we go. So we have that.
happiness.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm so sorry. So you were saying that emotion and body code practitioner. If you are, tell me again, what causes this illness?
So, I mean, when I moved into the holistic world, I didn't really understand that emotion and our physical issues are connected. So, between essential oils and using emotion and body code, it has allowed me to heal myself and to help other people heal themselves. Now, it
Wow.
doesn't mean that it's like releasing energies. Essential oils don't really heal you. I don't know if emotion and body code really heals you, but once you get rid of those blockages or you create a higher vibration in your body, then it actually allows your own body to heal because our bodies can heal.
Right.
You have to
Right.
have the right mindset.
That's true. That and you help people with that. I love that. Now
Yeah.
you chose to because we're talking in general about network marketing because
Mhm.
there's benefits in that, but you had told me that you were in now, would you say the corporate world? You said that you were a business consultant for 25 years.
Business consultant, small business world. Of course, they were corporations, but
Okay.
small business corporations
Okay.
for 25 years.
And what made you say that enough is enough? I've got to take ownership of my own health, and that you would actually be open to a network marketing opportunity because you said no, 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 no before.
Oh
Was that
yes,
enough no's? No,
I
no, no,
said
no,
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 no.
no, 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 no. I would never do network marketing because I had tried it over and over again, and I just was not successful because I hate to sell. That's the perfectly honest truth. I don't like selling. However, because my health was so bad that I would fall asleep at the computer every day at work. I mean, it was so bad, and I would drink a diet Pepsi to just stay awake. And so I call them my shower aha moments. So I was showering and I was crying and I was saying, what can I do? And so, because does everybody feel like this? I just didn't even have an understanding of what was going on with me, but I think it was like super major PMS. Uh,
Wow.
so, fast forward, quick story. Went to Utah, worked out at a gym, met this lady, bought a book, came home 7 months later, crying in the shower again. The book popped in my head, and I went and I called and I got an oil called clary sage. And it was the first time I slept from 3 to 5 in the morning for 2 years. And that was the beginning of my journey into natural healing. And then the emotion and body code just kind of happened due to my son's mental illness. And then another lady just telling me on an airplane that when I mentioned, or she saw me reading the book emotion code, she goes, oh, my aunt's the only person I trust with my health because she's a body code practitioner. So I went and looked it up online, and that's how I certified. So, and then I just transitioned out of the business world into my own business. And
Okay,
so
because you
since
found that since it worked for
2011.
you, you could help other people through their health journey.
Yes,
Wow.
definitely. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So
Hence the
that
name Happy Healing Me, because I was always happy when I was healing me. So I figured everybody else would be happy when they're
I
healing me.
love that. That is so happy. I love that. Actually, one of my clients, she talks about that it's all about, tuning into your happy. So I love that. So because we talk about marketing here and on the
Yes.
show, and I'm sorry, my phone just keeps going off. Because I'm so popular, my phone just keeps going off.
You are
Just kidding.
adorable.
I'm just kidding. Um, yeah, but I wanna get into, like, the marketing part of this because I think it's really
Yes.
valuable for people, again, who maybe they might be open to network marketing. We're not pushing that way of business, but
Mm-mm.
you had mentioned about, something that made you realize that you were perfect for this line of work because you took a personality test, and I think we were talking about this book, Strength Finders, and how
Yes.
you determined that your personality type was someone who was nurturing and could build a team, and that you weren't weird. This was actually your gifting from God. Like, and that because you had this personality, you're perfect for network marketing. And is that kind of like how you figured out, or
Not at all. Not at
no?
all.
What?
No,
How did I get that?
I didn't find out this the strengths training until like a few years ago. But what I
Oh,
discovered through I just discovered that people had different personalities. So when I first started, I was like feeling like I needed to compete with people. So learning about personality types really helped, not just, I mean, helped to learn about my own personality so that I wasn't beating myself up all the time. Like, why was I not like Mary that could do all the technology? I'm like,
good
okay,
God.
that's Mary. She's good at that. I'm not. But
Okay.
so
So
I did
once you, so you're saying I jumped ahead. So this was something
the strength,
later.
yeah, the
Okay.
strengths finders. No, because I in the beginning I was not going to do it, but I just was able to convince my niece to do it with me, and she was a superstar. So that's what really kicked my business off, and I learned a lot from her.
Okay.
But in that, I learned she's an action person, right? So I am a nurturer, and
Okay.
this is what I learned in this book. Why they
That's
buy.
right. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
So you're saying that so that was my question is, what is so important about personality types? I
yeah.
guess.
Well, it's important because you can help people do the things that they're good at because that's you have a team. You have a team of people. So if somebody's good at knowledge, they can do all the technical kind of stuff. which I have a lot of those on the team. And then the action people get everybody excited and ready to roll. And then you have the nurturers that keep the relationships together. And then you have the blueprints that are like, the steady kind of people that are going to show up all the time. They're going to be there. The
The
consistent
steady
people,
eddies, the
the steady
analytic
eddies.
types.
Yes.
And so you're saying those are the four main personalities that people usually fall into that help
Well,
you build
that
a team?
that is for, I would say that would be for finding builders or for finding customers, really connecting with them. Because if you can't connect with a customer and I'm trying to sell them from my heart, and they're a knowledge person and I'm not giving them knowledge, then I'm not going to be of benefit to them. Or if it's
Oh,
somebody that is an action person, they want excitement. So if I'm not treating them in the way that they're going to respond, that then I'm not going to be able to even start building that relationship. So paying attention and learning about each person and valuing them is your better shot at building any kind of marketing. I would say it doesn't
sure.
matter if I'm just using it and applying it to network marketing, but it would be business in general.
Sure. Yeah, when you make sales, you have to mirror the person who you're with so they
Amen,
understand.
sister.
Yeah. But so what is now I know the book you said Why They Buy by Sherry Tree. We'll
Cherry
put a
tree.
link in the show notes.
Yes.
Um, but what did it like how does she show you, and I know somebody needs to read the book, but is there a great way to determine who you're talking to? Um, what their personality is? Is there like some key things the book helps you identify?
Yes. So at first, it's kind of like how to recognize. So she'll go into how to recognize, and then it's. So I would say at least the two most important things to learn are how to recognize one of these four types, um, and then the other one would be what are their values. Those would be,
Okay,
so far that's where I'm at in it. But I think
love
it's
it.
not even just about them, but it's understanding your values. And I think that you can morph and you can learn all the other gifts that different people have or the ways of thinking, so that when you have the knowledge of all that information, then you're able to kind of, as you said, morph into that person, or give them what they're going to connect to. Because if they're not, they're going to sit here and try and try and try and connect to you, and they're going to give up. So you're going to
Right.
lose that person that could be a very, very valuable asset to your team or to
Team,
your
yeah.
life. You just
But
don't
but
know.
when you say, and I use the word morph, it's not like you're changing who you are. You're
No.
just realizing how they would like to be spoken to. So if there's someone who's analytical or the steady Eddie, they want more numbers and facts, right?
Yes.
Where if it's someone who is more of the
Nurturing.
what was another
Nurturing.
one?
Nurturing.
Nurturing, yeah. They want to know that they're going to be valued and they're going to
Yes.
be, they're in it's a safe space, so to speak, right? If it's
Yes.
somebody who's more of the rah-rah person, they want to have more excitement. They want to know that there's
Yes.
going to be fun things to do if they're in this group, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, so I totally understand that. I think you've explained it perfectly. So this was something else that you and I had talked about
Mhm.
how do you use purposeful communication and connection in your business?
Well, especially with, well, no, it isn't even especially with network marketing. It is in general.
Yes.
So, making the connection and then following up, because I think we have a hard time following up with people. But either having a system, you could use either a CRM, because I'm not that technical girl and I'm just like the relationship nurturer. I use my iPhone and I keep notes, but I have to be specific in my notes. And even in that, I have to make lists. So I know every business professional is going to tell you to have a CRM, and that's when everything will start and have it all
Or a
automated.
Post-it note can start, like, when you're starting small, right? I mean, eventually, you're gonna have to have a CRM, and of course, that's gonna be
Yes.
important. But I'm just saying is some people think, "Oh my god, I can't start, or I can't jump into that because I don't have
Mhm.
something really professional." Heck,
Right.
girl, no. In fact, I'm a member of eWomen, and the woman who started that, Sandra Yancey, she and I don't know how she did this, but she was just talking about numbers. She had Q-tips, and she would move just for the number of calls she'd make a day. She would move the Q-tips from one side of her desk to the other. And when she had finished moving all the Q-tips from all the phone calls she made, she knew that she was done for the day and she could go and make have fun with your family. But I'm like, well, do
Oh,
you have names on the Q-tips? Like, how did you figure that? I think she went then to Post-it notes, and then she went to a spreadsheet, and then she went to a software program. But as
yes.
long as you're tracking it, right? I mean, you have to have a way
You
to
have to
keep.
track it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So however you make the notes, but I'll probably be reaching out to you if you know a great CRM. I need the most
I
simple
do.
version of a CRM. I have Streak, but I, it's just like one of those things. It's just like that thorn. It's because I want to build a relationship so much that I don't want to sit down and write people's names in a thing. You
Right.
know,
But
I
I
just
think
want to
that's
talk
what
to them.
makes you so good at what you do because you're such a nurturing spirit. People are drawn to you because you're comforting and gonna they know that you're like a mom. You're gonna put your arms around them and everything's gonna be okay. And then you're gonna walk them through, you're gonna take their hand, you're gonna lead them through it. I love that. I love that. Um,
Thank you.
so something that I always ask for this show is
Mhm.
what is your brilliant marketing share? And so this is something that you shared with me before the show that we create good business relationships by keeping our word, being consistent, showing up, listening, and being kind. And that's
Yes.
exemplifies you completely. So that is your advice to people who are just getting into business in general, not just network marketing, getting
Yeah.
into business. Is that is something you're
Oh
looking
my
for?
gosh. I mean, the worst thing for me, not keeping somebody not keeping their word, because I am a little blueprint also, but keeping keeping your word, at least for me, is super, super important. And then the consistency. You can't build any business if you're doing your own business. You can't build any business without consistency. So I've been, and you can create whatever consistency level it is that's comfortable for you. But if
Right.
you don't have that target, like if I say, okay, I'm going to work 5 hours a day, if I do that one day and then I do it a month later, I will never have a business. But
No.
if I'm consistent doing that 5 hours, even if it's 1 hour, but you still have to be consistent.
Exactly. You put in the time, right? You're right. But it also, people are always like, oh, I want to work 4 hours a week, that the book, whatever. And that's great. Once you get all your foundation set up, all the automations, all that kind of stuff. But you're
Yeah.
right. I mean, and people appreciate, and when you say keep your word, I mean, it's just like if you tell someone they're going to call, you call. You don't
Yes.
go, blow it off. I'm going to go to the beach. Like you need to
Too bad.
follow
So
up, right?
sad.
Yeah, exactly. And then I want to move right into the tip that you shared because I thought that was really
Mhm.
brilliant as well. Is that relationships you build in your business life brings growth. We learn from each other as we accept and celebrate our differences, and we are not competing. Speak more
Yes.
to that. I love that.
Yes. We'll just keep it up there in case I lose my track. So I think when I first started, I thought I was like, oh my gosh, I got to get to every single person and teach them about oils because somebody else is going to get them. But what I realized, or what I didn't realize at that time, is that energy attracts. So like attracts like. So the people that want somebody that's nurturing, or we're on that same vibrational level,
Right.
those are the people that I'm going to attract. I would love to attract action people, but that's not me. So somebody else might work better with somebody else. And in this big world, it's like, I don't have to have everybody. So that's where the competing thing is.
Okay.
But the relationships, this has been probably the greatest value. And I would hope that people in the business world, not just network marketing, spend that time for self development, because this is an ever growing, ever changing, and we are ever improving people. And
Yes.
not to be judgmental on anybody, but even most, don't be judgmental on yourself, but just spend that 10, 20 minutes a day on self development, because watching people grow has been one of my greatest things. And I asked them, I said, well, have you noticed a change in me? 4 months ago, you would not see me on this show. I would be hiding somewhere. Right. But this was something that I took on, just to learn to not be so afraid. Oops, knocking everything over.
Well,
Not to
that's
be
something
so afraid.
I didn't even introduce that poorly. I'm so sorry that we are
Okay.
both hosts on this Superstar Entrepreneur
Entrepreneur.
Women's Network, SWE. And that's how I met you, is that we're both
Yes.
hosts. And so you have your own show. And tell us a little bit about your show and what you do on your show.
Um, well, it's Steps to Feel Good Daily, and it's with Lana, and it's because I just know that we don't just wake up in the morning and we're just like happy. Well, sometimes we are, but I'm saying, but we have challenges. As you know, you've just been through a whole lot of them. And so when you're going through those challenges, how do you keep your faith up? How do you, what is the support that you get emotionally, physically, and the little tips? Because everybody has their little way of doing it. And I love doing the show because I'm learning, right? I learn from other people. I might know a lot of things because I've had my battles to go through. But I just think that as a group of people, as a group of women, we have so much that we can share and help uplift each other. So that's really what
Right.
I do. And I'm going to have you on my show.
Oh, yay, very cool. I'm
You
so
went
sorry.
through a
I
lot.
had an itch on my back that was killing me. And I was like, how do I do this without looking like but now I gave myself up.
It's
But
awesome.
it's true. I think, and also in anything like a network marketing in your
Mhm.
business, in any business, it's all a muscle. So the more you work it, the easier it becomes, right? So if you work out every morning, you're not going to be as tired after a month of getting up and lifting weights as you would the first day. So
Right.
by you pushing yourself and having the show, like you're a pro now. Like you were so shy in the beginning and now you're like you're out there, you're guests, you're having fun, you're rolling with the punches. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
But so you're
I'm proud of
working
me
it.
too.
But I mean, it's true. I think a lot of us, and also I'm assuming with your health, you don't, buy some oil and then magically the next day you're all better. I mean, you have to apply it and you have
Yes.
to use different, practices and things. And so, so you said a little bit in the beginning, and I wanted you to expand on that. The very first oil, because you weren't sleeping in the middle of the night. Well,
Right.
you bought an oil that I think I own because I'm like, oh, I think I have that. Tell me what it is and what did it do for you?
Well, it's clary sage, and because my issue was hormonal, so there's a lot of different oils that you can use for sleep. So it could be that your mind races, you might need something that's grounding, like a vetiver. I use Copaiba Serenity, and let me tell you, when I don't use those, because I did try, like just saying I'm just going to use the oil instead of taking the pill, and I was getting 5.5 hours of sleep, and that was like 3 to 4 nights in a row until I put them back in my life. So consistency is the key. But if it's hormonal, I was going through the beginning stages of the night sweats and all that, the
Yeah.
the change, the infamous change, uh, that
Guys don't
changed
even know.
everything.
Yeah.
Huh?
I said, guys have no idea. Women were like, oh, yeah, girl, we got you.
I got you. For sure. So that's,
I,
I mean, that's where the journey started. And I can't, I mean, I was like, there's no way that I couldn't not do this because I was so passionate. And I was the little girl that would run away from the doctor.
oh,
When, yeah, oh, I was a brat. My mom said, when you were good, you were really, really good. But when you were bad, you were horrid.
I was going to say at the same time, I thought I just mouthed it. My mother said the same thing. That was a little thing. When she was good, she was very, very good. When she was bad, she was
She
horrid
was horrid.
with a curl in her forehead or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
dating us. I love it. Um, yeah. Well, it's true, and that just leads to it. Like they say that how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you can get to the point, if someone is at a point, okay, so maybe this is a piece of advice you can give, and someone is at the point where they don't feel good, they don't know where to turn, and they feel like, well, you know what, this isn't for me because um, I'm not good at being consistent. And maybe that's the reason, whatever. Is there hope? Can you help someone become consistent if they and get them on a routine that they can heal?
Um, yes. So it slows the process. So, like I say, when somebody's feeling sick, so these are things you need in your business too. If you start feeling sick, how do you do it? You got to start it right away. Some people wait until they're sick and they're really down, and then their body has to go through the process. You can shorten the duration, but you can't stop it.
Right.
So, something like that. But I
So if you recognize you have a problem, get help. Like go to
go right away.
happyhealing.me.
Go right away. Yes. And then the body
Start
code.
the
So
process.
the reason why I like both of them, because this is really how I saved my liver, is that the emotion and body code is like you pinpoint an emotion and you get rid of it. With the oils, you're shifting a vibration or you're bringing balance to your body. So they're kind of two different things, but I think they work so well together.
Oh,
Yeah, because if you're doing emotion and body code, like my liver, probably I was releasing for 2 years. So there is a book on Amazon, and I can also give you that link too. There's a
sure.
book on Amazon. They now have the body code book, but they have the emotion code book, and you can actually take care of most of your stuff with just the emotion code, but it doesn't tell you the story. Body code goes into chakras and all kinds of things. So
Wow.
yeah, it's a lot more detailed.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, we all are made up of energy. I mean, but we were joking about how, what were we talking about where we make plans? I said, yeah, we make plans and then God laughs. Like, oh yeah, yeah. You said something about you in your shower prayers that you were seeing something and you're like, oh, I'm going to do this, and then it kind of got,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, no, it's like nothing that I'm doing right now in my life. All I said was, I want to do something to help people and I don't want to go back to school. Because when I went to school, I had eye twitching, lip twitching, getting my degree. I was a single mom. And even saying it brings tears to my eyes when I think of how difficult that was in my life. And I
right.
was sick all the time. I was drinking apple cider vinegar
Oh,
just
oh,
to be able
don't
to
talk
get.
about it. You're gonna get yourself all upset again. You're gonna get the vapors. I don't want you to get the vapors.
Oh man, yeah, it was
But you
pretty
did
bad.
get certified. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't traditional school, right? But you
No, but I
got
did get
certified.
certified. Yeah, it took me 6 months to get certified in it. But I
Right.
mean, even if I never used it on anybody else in my life, it was worth getting certified just so that I gained the understanding
Yeah.
and use it on
Yeah. So,
myself.
and then you had confidence that it would work for you and your children, right? Like you have to, know that. Like when I was pregnant with my daughter, my oldest, who just turned 29. So yikes. Time keeps going. I'm the same age. I don't
My
know
oldest
why.
is 43. You're complaining. I'm about to be a great grandmother.
Are you serious? You
Yeah,
are
in, the,
not.
in November. Yeah, my granddaughter's 23. So your child is about the age of my
Oh,
granddaughter.
okay. You look fantastic, girl. Everyone go buy oil from her. Because seriously, I didn't, you, great grandma, what? You're blowing my mind. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I was a mother at 19, and then my son I'm 62. So
Okay.
yeah.
I was a late bloomer. I didn't know how you made babies. So it took me till I was
I
30. I'm like,
figured it out
oh,
right away.
oh, okay. I had a sheltered life.
Good for you.
I don't know about that. But anyway, so where were we going with that? I just lost my train of thought. Girl.
We're just having fun. Who
I
cares?
know. Exactly. Well, we were gonna start talking, and that's why I jumped ahead with the strength finders. So you said just a couple of years ago you found this book, and I love
Yeah.
it. Tell people why this is something that's might be important when it comes to learning about yourself.
Well, this is my little thing. So I did the strength finders. You won't be able to see anything, but basically my strengths are empathy, harmony, positivity, belief, and connectedness,
Wow.
which really tells you a lot about myself. Where somebody else, like you said, you
I
were a
am
woo.
my top 5 are woo, positivity, communication, activator, and maximizer.
Right. So activators are like people that you definitely would want in your organization because they get things done.
Oh,
So
okay. I'm like, I
yeah,
don't
those are the
to be
ones that
honest,
make things
I know enough just to be dangerous, so
yeah. And then yeah, so I'm the relationship person, you're the one that gets things done, and I sit around, da 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 da.
you work hard, girl. Don't take that away from yourself. No, but you're right. Okay, so but the thing about strength finders, again, it's just a thing that helps you, realize how you were created. It talks to me, it's all about because I used to be head of a bunch of every time I was like in an association, I would, I have the word sucker written across my thing. So got on the board, become president of the board. Like when I was in charge of the organization, I'd be like, we need to take this test because it helps you figure out about yourself
Right.
what things you're good at, what strengths you have, and what you're
Mhm.
not good at, you're supposed to delegate, right?
delegate, but then not beat yourself up. So it's finding value. I think it's really just about finding value in who you truly are
Right.
and not being angry about it or feeling like you're stupid or dumb or whatever, your favorite words.
But I think you're right. Like when you think, oh, I can't do this. Well, it helps you figure out the things you are good at,
Yes.
which you can then, as you meet people and go, this is my strength,
Hmm.
then you lean into it, and you know that that's a valuable part of a team. I went to a seminar on strength finders, and at the time I was embarrassed of my number one woo, because I thought it was, I think I was telling you this off screen, I thought it was like a cheerleader or something, like yay, woo, with palm. I thought, how superficial is that? Maybe it's because I didn't make cheerleader in junior high and I'm a little bitter to this day. But that aside, so I thought, I'm not that or whatever. Anyways, and the guy told me, no, it's an acronym for win others over. And then as I started reading in the book about it, I was like, oh, okay, it's not a bad thing.
No, it just means you're fun and cute and adorable and everybody loves you.
Oh, wow, you're my new best friend. Thank you so much. It's so sweet. But I'm just saying, is I think sometimes we don't understand. And then there's so many tests. I was actually, something we were joking around about is like, what are your personality test recommendations? We've talked about 16 personalities, the DISC test, strength finders. What are some of the ones that you like?
What was the one? It's like,
The Gantt chart? No, not Gantt.
no. Well, the Gallup is the one that does the strengths finders, right? But there is another one that's a personality test, which is really good to do when you're in a relationship, because it's like one person likes gifts, one person likes quality time.
Oh, yes.
Color, isn't it
We
the color? Is it the color?
Well,
Color.
there's the color code, and my husband and I are exactly opposite colors. We learned that. I'm like, we just had our 36th anniversary, and we started joking like everything. We're completely opposite on every single test. Like you couldn't find two people more different than us, and then we lasted 36 years. So I guess there's something
Wow.
about opposites attract. But it's true. What was the one that? Well, we talked about the animals. There's one where you like, I'm an eagle and a golden retriever, and there's like they it's kind of like the disc. Have you ever done the
Mhm.
disc test?
Mhm.
Disc is like dominant, I is like insightful, or anyway, so they have all meanings, but it's how you you can relate not only to yourself and not, as you said, beat yourself up, but also when you find a team, like who you need to fill in the gap so you're a stronger unit. Is that kind of what you were talking about?
Oh, absolutely. A stronger unit that appreciates each person and, like I said, doesn't beat themselves up.
I love that. I love that. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're like over time. Lona, we've
It
been
was
like
just
on
a
a lot.
party. I felt like I was just having a party and getting to know you. It was awesome.
Yes, I know, this is so fun, and we've known each other now for, I don't know, 6 months, and it's
Yeah.
like a new world every day. Okay, so I want to put your name and your website up again. So again, Lana is an empath, and she knows how to take care of you. So if you're looking for a new business opportunity, and you're looking for someone who's going to take care of you and hold your hand and make sure you're successful, she's the girl to do it. And she's obviously a healer, so she's going to help you heal yourself as well as help heal others. But also, if you're sick or you're emotionally, you're feeling like you need to figure out what your code is, right? Your emotional or your body code. Go to happyhealing.me. I think, Lana, you would be a blessing to so many people who are just looking for answers. And so, what else would you tell them when they go to that website?
Well, I would say I also have a free three emotion code session. So if you just sign up for that, it's kind of a discovery three
Oh,
release. Yeah. So I do
oh,
three free releases. And so you can reach out to me for that too.
oh, that's fantastic. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll put the link to what you just talked about on your
It's
website.
on the Calendly. So
Okay,
yeah, they can get
okay,
it there.
so they can get it there. Ah,
Yeah.
awesome. That is so kind of you. Thank you for giving that to my audience. I really appreciate that.
Yes, you're
All right,
welcome.
girly. Well, I think we are done. We could talk forever. But thank you for everything that you do in this world. Thank you for
Thank
making
you.
your business and other people's businesses and health more brilliant. Because we're all about the brilliant.
Yes.
It's like, how can I work that in? We're empowering you to be in your brilliance.
Yes. Thank you.
Anyways, well, thank you,
Appreciate
Lana.
you having me.
Oh, you are so well. Oh, and stay online because I forgot we didn't take our signature picture. So we're going to end the show and then we're going to take our cute little picture. But again, till
Okay.
next week, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the Brilliant Marketing with Mary show.
Thank
And we'll
you.
see you next week. All right.
Okay.
You guys take
Bye.
care and we'll see you then. Here we go.